Again, so just starting here, we're talking about inequalities. They're symbols that represent less than, greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. Okay, we're going to plot the point above the line. If the symbol is greater than or less than, we're going to fill it in. If it is strictly greater than or less than, we're not going to fill it in. We're just going to put a small dot or a circle. We always want to make sure that the variable is on the left-hand side. To change it, if it's on the right, we're just going to switch the number, switch the sign. Okay, easy enough. We're going to do a couple of examples. You guys have rulers in front of you guys to use so that you can make it a little bit quicker. It doesn't have to be perfect. It does not have to be perfect. So let's get started onto drawing some of these, okay? Looking at this here, examples of shading. Give me 5 different lines for me. We're just going to look at the different types. We can get x is equal to 2. We'll do x is strictly less than 0. X is less than -1. And we'll do x is greater than or equal to 3. And our last one here, we'll do x is strictly less than -3. So give me 4 nice little lines. We're going to draw these out. Okay, you guys should be able to do these. Again, we've learned all these already. Or you guys should have learned these already. About 15 more seconds. Yeah, doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be perfect. So looking at this first one, you guys have definitely seen the symbol x is equal to 2. On a number line, where does 2 follow? From right or the left? Right. In this case, what we're going to do is just put a dot at 2. It's only one number. It's only the only one that we can equal it to. It doesn't go left. It doesn't go right. It's equal to 2. There's only one value. If we do something that looks like x is less than or equal to 0, okay, the way that we're going to do this is the following. Okay, it's going to look at 0. So on my number line, my hole will be completely filled because of this less than symbol underneath it, or equal to symbol. If there's a line underneath it, we shade it. Okay, what direction is that arrow pointing, left or right? Left. Easiest way to do it, if it's pointing left, our line must go left. Does that make sense? Okay. If I do the one down below, x is less than -1. Okay. At -1, it'll be a circle, an open circle, because we do not have a line underneath the equality sign or the inequality. What direction is it going in, left or right? Left. Our arrow is pointing left, so therefore our inequality is pointing left as well. Doing our other two, we have x is greater than or equal to 3. So at 3, I'm going to have a circle. Is it closed? Is it shaded or not? It's closed. Why? Has a line underneath it. If there's a line underneath it, it's darkened. Okay? What direction is it going? Left or right? right? It's pointing right. The arrow's pointing this way, so we're going this way. And lastly, our less than symbol here. Or let's make it, sorry, let's change this up to make it greater than. So it kind of follows in the same step. Sorry. Let's make it go this way. Just so we have two of them that go one direction, two of them that go the other. At -3 will be a open or closed circle. Open. There is no line underneath it, so we don't have to shade it, right? It's at -3, so we mark it at -3. What arrow is my direction going in, left or right? Right. So my arrow is therefore going to go right. Easy or hard? Easy. Okay, and that's what we want to be able to see for our types. Okay. Cool? Let's look at a couple of examples that kind of give us the opposite to them. So let's look at the next group. Okay. So in this case that we're going to get here, I want you to copy down 4 more. We're going to do a lot of number lines on these guys, so just forewarning you. Let's do something that looks like this. Let's do, well, we have to switch it. So we have to change the signs. So let's go with 2 is less than A. We'll say -3 is less than or equal to M. We'll do 4 is greater than X. And we'll do 0 is greater than or equal to N. Those are the 4 types of examples. I'm trying to change these up because our variable is now on the right. Our variable's on the right. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Okay, because my variable is on the right, it messes up the way we draw it. So it's easy just to fix it so we can draw it correctly. In this case, our letters, our numbers are always on the left. So we got to switch them around so that our variable's on the left. The first thing that I'm going to see here, okay, it's very easy to do this. So switch the letter and the number. So A is now going to be on the left. 2 will be on the right. And then switch the symbols. So what was left now becomes right. Okay? And then we'll draw it out. It'll work perfectly every single time you do this. Now, looking at this, open or close circle at 2. Open at 2. Going left or right? Right. What does it mean for the arrow to go right on a number line? See that? It's going up. Yes, it's going up. But what is those numbers? Why is it important for the arrow to go right? Any of those what? Will what? Will work, right? If I plug in 3, is 3 greater than 2? That's good. Is 4 greater than 2? Yeah. Okay. Any way that the direction is pointing will tell me if the problem works. Will 0 work? Is 0 greater than 2? Therefore, that's why 2 is not shaded, or 0 is not shaded. So that's why we want to be able to make sure that our inequalities are in the correct direction. Looking at the one down below it, we see here that -3 is on the left. I don't like it because my variable's on the right. So what should I do? Flip my numbers, my number and my letter, and that less than inequality sign now becomes greater than or equal to. So switch them, switch the letters and the numbers, switch the signs. So at -3, do I have an open or closed circle? Closed. Going right or left? Right. No, not all the time. Some of it will turn out nice. The other examples, X is the ones that we did previous. The variable is on the left. We didn't have to switch them. We only want to switch it when the variable's on the right. Does that make sense? Okay. The one up above, let's look at that. X is greater than 4. How do I switch them? And 4. What will the arrow point now? Left. Our arrow will now point left, like that. And we can now graph it so it looks nicer. So looking at this, X is less than 4. So open or close circle at 4. Open. Why? There's no line underneath the inequality. Am I pointing left or right? Left. To the left, to the left. Last one down here. Cool, guys? Cool. Last one that we're going to see here. Let's do red. For what we're going to do here, how do I switch this? And in 0, right? Inequality will now be pointing left or right? Left. Open or close circle at 0? Closed. His stuff is out there. Yeah. Is Joey's stuff right there, guys? Can you guys pack it up for him? Am I inequality going left or right? Left. Easy or hard, guys? Okay. Inequalities. Huh? You guys need to copy those down. Yeah, you guys are messing. Copy your notes. Copy your notes. It's easy. It's easy. Thank you, bud. Okay. Easy enough? Okay. We're going to look at one more thing. So that's basically graphing. That's basically graphing inequalities on the number line. Okay. Copy this part down. This is now solving inequalities. Okay. Basically what you're doing here to solve inequalities is no different than solving regular problems. Regular multi-step problems that we've been doing in class. It's no different. It's actually pretty easy. Okay. The only difference is that whenever we're multiplying or dividing by a negative, we have to switch the sign. That's it. And I'll show you guys examples on these. We'll make it work. Good. Are we good? Not yet. Do me a favor, if you're done, go ahead and make 4 number lines. We're going to do 4 problems that explain the changing of the symbol. Are we good? Okay. Here are our examples. So we have that first one, the second one. I'm going to write the other 2 in a minute. Let's do this. Yeah. Everything okay? Okay, these are examples of changing the sign, okay? We solve out inequalities just as we regularly would. The only difference now is we want to make sure that the variable's on the left-hand side, and then if we multiply by negative or positive or negative variable, that we switch the signs. So looking at this one here, how would I solve out the first one? Divide out by what? So we're dividing by a negative. Negative 6 divided by a negative 2 is 3. My 2's are going to cancel out. Did I divide it by negative? So we got to switch our sign. Do I like the way that is written? No, why? It's on the wrong side. So we're going to go ahead and just switch it. So switching it back, x and 3, less than. Final answer. Open our closed circle at 3. Open, going left to right. Beautiful. Okay, it's one example. Easy enough, yes? Okay. Looking at the one to the right, doing the same kind of style to it, dropping the line down. Don't care about the inequality yet. How do I solve that? Divided by negative 5. X will be negative 3. Is divided by negative? So what happens to the sign? Switches. Do I like that's weird? Do I like how it's written? Yes, so we can leave it. Variables on the left, I don't need to switch up anything. I'll do this in another color so you guys can see a little bit better. Let's do it in blue. Okay, -3, open or close circle. Close, going left to right. Left, right, or left. Yeah. What the direction is the inequality pointing to? Left, right? So go left. Cool. Okay. Doing the ones to the right, this is now the opposite way. So x is being divided by -2, so how do I fix it? By -2, right? X will be -4. Did I multiply by negative? So what happens to my sign? Switches. Now, do I like how that's written? No. So what should I do? Switch it. X and -4 are going to switch. Less than. -4, open or close circle? Open. Left or right? Left. Doing our last example. Putting our line down for you guys. What do I do? Multiply by -3. I'm going to get x and -3. Did I multiply by negative? So what happens to my sign? Do I like how that's written? Why? Variables on the left. Open or close circle on -3. Close. I'm going to do right below just so it can see a little bit better. Left or right? Is this easy or hard? Easy. Easy. Multiply by, you just leave it. You leave the sign. Only the sign changes when you're multiplying or dividing by negative. Only. If you're subtracting both sides, you're subtracting. Right. Yep. If we don't like how it's written, so get your solution, finish it, and then go, okay, I don't like how it's written, so I got to switch it. That's pretty much it. We're going to do a couple more problems, more grittier problems, more harder problems. Okay? Can we try a couple more out? Here we go. Okay. Let's look at these two. Let's look at this two. These two are nice. They're pretty. Pretty nice. So copy those two down. We'll do 2 hard ones, and then we'll come back and do 2 easy ones, 2 hard ones. These are our 2-step inequalities. Okay, straightforward, just like solving regular inequalities, or not inequalities, regular problems. I'm going to draw my line down the middle just so I can separate them. We're solving for x here, so what's my first step? No. Subtract 3. Do I need to change the sign? Why? Because it's just subtracting. The only time you change is when you're multiplying or dividing by a negative. So our 3's are going to cancel out. I'm going to be given x over 4. I'm going to rewrite it so it's still less than 2. Okay, to finish it up, we're going to multiply both sides by 4. Our 4's are going to cancel. Boom, boom. X will be less than 8. Do I need to change the symbol on that? Why? It's a positive. We're just multiplying by a positive. We don't change it. Do I like the way it's written? Right? Variables on left, we can keep it that way. Keep it, keep it. Open our closed circle. I see that my number line is not even close to being there. So I'm going to rewrite mine in a different way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll just say this is 8. So open our closed circle. Open left to right. Left to the left. To the left. If there's a line underneath the inequality, it's closed. So we'll do it on this section. Check it out. Okay? Check it out. If on the bottom I have change that to a less than sign so we can see the difference. So less than or equal to. We're good on there. And let's change it. Let's change this to a negative. Let's change this to a negative. Sorry. I just want to see you guys. I want to show you guys the differences. Okay. So here we go. What's my first step? Add the 2 or subtract the 2. Subtract 2. Right? We're going to simplify this and write negative 4v. And this will be negative 8. Do I need to change the sign? No, we're not multiplying or dividing yet. We're just adding or subtracting. Okay. What's my next step? By a negative 4. So dividing by a negative 4. Do I change my sign? Did I divide by a negative? Yes, I do. Boom. Good stuff? Do me a favor, as you guys leave, please grab your homework on the chairs, you guys. Please. Do me a favor, please only do events today. See what you guys get. On the stool as you guys leave. As you guys are leaving, what do we do? Open or close circle at 2? Close, going left to right. We divided by negative, right? Switch the signs. I switched the problem.
No, I know. You're like, why is there a line underneath?
I changed it so that there was a line.
Why?
Because I wanted to show you guys that there's a difference between the shaded and non-shaded. I just changed the problem around. Don't freak out. All right, have a good day.